The womb that remembers. Endometriosis, pelvic pain, stored emotion, the sacral portal. Here's a brief teaser. Tonight, this is personal. Sis, tonight's episode hits differently. It is later than I have ever recorded this podcast. And full transparency, currently I have a headache. My right shoulder hurts. Um, in the lumbar sacral, aka the lower back, possible pinch nerve, and also um, cervical discs are out of alignment in my neck, right? And I'm recording anyway, not to push through my body, but to be with my body. Because how could I create an entire season about listening to pain and only show up when I feel good? So tonight, we're not talking about healing from some perfectly polished destination. We're living the work in real time. And as we enter the sacred territory of the womb, endometriosis, pelvic pain, emotions, creativity, and the sacral chakra, I want to ask you, what if healing isn't the absence of pain? What if healing is learning how to stop abandoning yourself when pain arrives? Let's go there. The womb that remembers. Welcome back to the Phoenix Power Podcast, where we remember, rise, and reign. Tonight, I don't need to perform wellness for you. I'm doing my own inner work. I'm continuing to examine what I've carried, what I've survived, what I've suppressed, what I'm ready to release. And simultaneously, my body hurts tonight. That matters because sometimes we become so spiritually focused on finding the meaning behind pain that we forget to actually care for the person who is hurting. So tonight, I'm practicing what season 5 is teaching. Listen, don't blame, respond, right? Mm. The sacral portal. Episode brings us into the womb and the sacral chakra, the energetic center traditionally associated with emotion, pleasure, sexuality, creativity, desire, intimacy, flow. And for women navigating endometriosis or chronic pelvic pain, this territory can become complicated because an area associated symbolically with creation and pleasure can become associated with pain, fear, medical appointments, bleeding, sexual discomfort, fertility concerns, exhaustion, and sometimes feeling completely misunderstood. Let's establish something important. Endometriosis is not caused by a woman failing to heal emotionally. Your womb is not punishing you. You did not spiritually fail, but illness can have an emotional story surrounding it. And that story deserves attention too. Right now, as I've already stated, I'm currently in pain and navigating it, right? If you have not, grab your journal, your pen, your water, your herbal tea, smoothie, or perhaps your glass of wine, or whatever you so desire. Just I ask you to remain um, present with me, lean in, and let's get it right. So, not what caused this as we continue, but what has this pain taught me. Instead of asking yourself, which trauma caused my pain? Try asking, what has living with this pain revealed about my relationship with myself? Have I learned to ignore my body? Do I believe rest must be earned? Have I disconnected from pleasure? Have I become afraid of my own body? Do I advocate for myself when something feels wrong? Where am I overextending myself? Where am I withholding my truth? And perhaps the deepest question, when my body says no, do I listen? Because the lesson doesn't always have to explain the disease or the ailment or the infection or whatever label you want to put on it. Sometimes the lesson is revealed through how we meet ourselves while experiencing it. And tonight, my shoulder is talking. As I'm saying this, I'm aware of my own right shoulder, and symbolically, shoulders make me think about what we carry, responsibility, expectations, other people's needs, the things we've decided we're strong enough to handle. But I'm not going to sit here and declare my shoulder hurts because of stored trauma. I don't know that. Maybe it's tension. Maybe it's posture. Maybe I'm overworked it in some way, shape, or form. Maybe my body needs rest. Maybe emotional stress is contributing. Maybe several things can be true at once. That is the maturity I want us to bring into this season. Metaphysics doesn't require us to abandon common sense. Spirituality doesn't require us to ignore biology. We can investigate the physical and listen for the symbolic. Emotions are supposed to move. You may want to jot that down in all caps and place a star by it. This is where I keep returning. Emotions are meant to be experienced, not harbored, right? Feel the anger without becoming angry. Experience grief without judging grief. Acknowledge fear without allowing fear to become your identity. Cry, write, speak, move, rest, get support, set the boundary. Have a difficult conversation. Seek appropriate care because healing isn't pretending something doesn't hurt. Healing can be becoming safe enough to admit that it does. Please extend me some grace. The pain isn't intensifying, but I'm breathing through it. And tonight, I'm hurting. Yes, I am here, not overriding my body, not condemning my body, listening to my body. There's a difference. Sis, real time solutions. The sacral release. At this time, place one hand below your navel, or both, whichever feels comfortable. Take a slow breath and ask, what am I ready to stop carrying? Don't manufacture an answer. You are past performing. Just listen, then ask, where have I denied myself pleasure because survival becomes my normal? And finally, what would nourishing myself look like tonight, not someday? Maybe the answer isn't profound. Maybe it's turn the phone off, drink water, take the bath, cry, stretch gently, journal, call somebody, make the appointment, go to sleep, say no. Sometimes the most spiritual thing you can do is respond to an ordinary human need. I am that I am. I am Honor Parrish. And this is the Sheenix Power Podcast. And grateful, and I'm pressing in and pressing on. And I am so grateful that you are here with me. Because this is what it's about, sis. Keeping it 100. Not polished all the time. Not having everything together. It is what it is, right? In this moment. So here's a sacred call to awakening. Your sacral assignment. Before the next episode, write this sentence. My body does not have to hurt before I give myself permission to, you fill in the blank. Finish it in love, no judgment, just raw truth. Is it rest, saying no, receive, ask for help, leave, create, experience pleasure? Tell the truth. And then do one small thing that honors your answer. Not next month, not when everything settles down in real time. If you know a cis star who has been fighting her body, carrying pelvic pain, navigating endometriosis, or simply learning how to listen to herself again, share this episode with her. Not to diagnose her, to remind her she deserves to be heard, even by herself. Special note, I have suffered, navigated, oh my God, just so many things I could say right now. That would be in another episode in the future. Endometriosis is no joke. You can have it and suffer silently and not have pain, or you can have it and it is debilitating. Almost couldn't get that out because of a little bit of my pain hit. And trust and believe and know what I'm sharing is transparency and keeping it real. This is relevant. There are sisters out there hurting right now, and I'm here to let you know you're not the only one. I am my sister's keeper, right? And endometriosis is no joke. Chocolate cysts. It can, you can have other things like fibroids. It's a slew of female disorders. But just be a little bit mindful. Some message in that. Because before you feel it physically, it started energetically, spiritually, and then it manifested to the physical level. So here's your sacred closing. I will not abandon me. Swiftly place your right hand over your heart and your left hand over your womb. Taking one deep breath and let it out slowly. Relax those shoulders and just go with the flow of your sacred vessel and say, body, I hear you. I do not need to understand everything tonight. I do not need to solve everything tonight. I release the belief that healing must look perfect. I release the shame attached to the needing rest. I release what is mine to release it. Just release it. Let it go, sis. Let it go. And I stopped claiming what was never mine to carry. My pain is not my punishment. My diagnosis is not my identity. My womb is not my enemy. My body is not betraying me. I honor my emotions. I honor my boundaries. I honor my pleasure. I honor my need for care. And when my body whispers, I will practice listening before it has to scream. Tonight, I don't choose perfection. I choose presence. I don't choose performance. I choose truth. I don't choose abandonment. I choose me. This is enlightenment. This is atonement at one moment. This is oneness. And sis, whatever you're carrying tonight, you don't have to carry it into tomorrow in exactly the same way. Feel it. Witness it. Move what can move. Release what can be released. Get support for what requires support. And love yourself while you're still becoming. Until the next time, remember, rise, reign. I am Honor Parrish, your womb conductress. And know, because the body isn't interrupting your journey, the body is part of the journey. If this episode resonated with you in some way, shape, form, or fashion, I pray that it inspires you to share it with another sis. Dismantle the tunnel and become the light. Much love. Peace.